welcome to Ace Nation podcast. My name is Pan. You probably haven't seen me before, but I've been going down the city since August 1980 was my first season. So lovely to be on the show, and thanks to Si as well for letting me do a little piece. So yeah, obviously the big story at the moment is Bulut. What's the situation? All indications are he's likely to sign a contract. He obviously wants 2 to 3 years. City probably, in town, probably wanted to do a 12-month contract again to protect himself financially. But Bulut was in his rights, I think, to ask for 2 to 3 years. And also clarification on the transfer budget, because, I know some fans like Bulut, some fans don't like Bulut. Up until Christmas, everyone probably liked Bulut, the style of play. We were in a very good position, way above what we would have been expected to be in at that stage of the season. And then obviously the wheels come off. Ramsey was injured. If you look at the side, it's a lot different. The style of play, I think Bulut, to be fair, he obviously, depending on the players he's got, he changed the style, to obviously try and get some wins, or and it just, obviously didn't work. The football wasn't great, but I think we've got to say he deserves a chance, another season or two to develop things down the city. So I'm optimistic that we're going to have Bulut here for another couple of years, fingers crossed, and then obviously we need to make sure that we support him, especially as a striker. We all know we're crying out for a striker. How many strikers we had this year? 5, 6, 7 different ones. Watters, I think, was there once. It's just crazy. All of them have failed. Akbo, to be fair, limited player, but was decent in the air, but we haven't had anyone really. But the other thing is we need to get goals from the midfield. We're so negative in the second half of the season. We just got to try and get players in, and I think Si's already mentioned, Cody Drama, been at the City before, well liked by the fans, would be an ideal right back. Again, he's out of contract, salary wise he's going to be high, but he is a young player, got a probably good resale value. We can develop him. So I think we should have a go and take him. As regards to Kipra, if he's available, we've got to get him in. I know people say Phillips did well, but for me, Kipra would be in there as number one. McGuinness, Gutas, that would be really good 3 defenders, central defenders. I know Si mentioned Josh Winders. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, like I said, we've got Colwell, obviously, I think we'll sell NG. Could be 3 to 5 million. He's going to go. And we're going to use that money then wisely to get some players in. Personally, like I said, it might be a long shot. I know Si mentioned Jordan James, but I just think it's out of reach. You're talking 6 million plus 3 million in wages over 3 years. I think, Scott Twine, he was at Newport originally on loan, and he did fantastically well. Went back to Swindon, I think, did really well. Signed for Burnley for a couple of million, I think. And, obviously he hasn't played much football in the Prem. He's an attacking midfield player, scores goals. That's the type of loan signing I think would give us more goals from the midfield. I like Rabbi Matondo, as in he's got a lot of pace. When he's fit, he's very good. I think, he went through some issues with Rob Page, his attitude sometimes, obviously in terms of a young player, he's, obviously he signed for a big Bundesliga club at a young age after coming from Man City. Sometimes some players take time to grow up. And I think Rabbi Matondo, mid-20s, he's the right age as a Cardiff lad. He could, I think he'd be a better option than Bowler. So I think he's worth a shot. But again, who knows? That I just hope that we can support Bulut in the market, because we've been so slow. I mean, last season, January, as you all know, in the window, we were crying out for players to sign. Sorry, here's my dog Lola. She always wants attention. We were crying out for signings early on. Illich, would have been great, but I just think Tan didn't want to take a risk or whatever. He's so cautious, obviously, spending any money. Although in saying that, I'd still say, 2 million for Turnbull. It looks like a lot of money at the moment, because Turnbull's had 1 or 2 good games. Okay, maybe it takes time to bed in, play in a position where you're actually looking forward instead of backwards. But he has got some ability. But again, he's got to be scoring goals. So the jury's out on Turnbull big time. For 2 million quid, we can't afford to lose that kind of money if he doesn't work out. So I think, like you said, we need a couple of wingers. We need, like I said, a couple of wing backs. We definitely need a quality striker. But I just think strikers. Give us your opinion, who you think. I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice to hear your thoughts on it. I mean, again, where do you get strikers from for £500,000? We tried it with a Tete from Tottenham. He's like Bambi on ice. A lot of fans say limited ability, not strong in the air, can't hold the ball. Any decent defender. I don't know what my dog's doing there. What are you doing, Lola? So I mean, we've just made so many mistakes in the transfer market, but I'd be interested to see what you think about what your views are about Bulut. Obviously, if as the information is correct, as rumours as they always are until things are signed, that he is going to sign a two-year contract. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a good idea? And who do you think we should bring in? Do you think he'll get the back in? Obviously, I'm sure there's no way he would have signed a contract unless it's not just the 2-3 year contract. He isn't a young, ambitious manager, and I think he just wants to know that he's got a transfer budget, that he can go out and get a decent striker, and hopefully we can have a better season. So great to be on the show. Hope to see you soon. And like I said, get your thoughts in about Bulut and possible signings in the future.